It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Oh, you mentioned that, every year, over the last 30 years, there's always something to worry about, always something to be concerned about, always something to be nervous about, always something that's frightening out there. When you think about looking over the next 30 years and you think about the future for your grandchildren and for their children and that, are there things that get you excited? Are there things that you're seeing that are changing, at least as it relates to building wealth and personal finance, where you say, you know what, this is what, if I had to attack the world today, this is the way that I would do it. I'd go figure out how to be a programmer. I'd get into real estate. Or are there things that you say, I've seen this story before. I know this movie. Here's what I'd recommend to do moving forward to build wealth.
I'm the opposite of pessimistic about the world we live in today. There's problems today that are different and big, but there's more stuff to do that's different and big. Yeah. I mean, you can, when I started, it was a big deal to buy a personal computer, and now you can log on your phone and start a business in 26 seconds. Mm-hmm. And you just suddenly, I am now on Etsy. I'm now on eBay. The number of people that call us that are doing side hustles where they're just doing some kind of buying old golf clubs, the old eBay story, right? And fixing them up and sell them,
Love it.
In the old days, we used to have to put an ad in the section of the newspaper back when we had these things called newspapers, mm-hmm. and they had ads in them, and they were classified ads, and then people had to come to your garage. No, man, they just ding, 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 ding. And all of a sudden, you can start a business and make so much money right now, so much easier. The barrier of entry to making money and building a career, and if you don't like it, changing it is, oh, God, it's an exciting time. Yeah. I mean, the stuff, and it's not, the speed of that is good.
Yeah.
And yet the speed of the problems are there. Mm-hmm. And so it comes back to, I'm not going to adopt a victim mentality. I'm going to control my future destiny. And it comes back to this belief that the guy in my mirror is the problem and the solution. Mm-hmm. And he can do it. She can do it. And man, that's called hope. And it works. And my grandkids, man, I envy them. I wish I was going to be around to get to play in the sandboxes they're going to play in.
That's awesome.
It's going to be fast.
I think it's interesting because you're hitting on something really powerful, Dave, and the fact that we've already talked about the Millionaire Next Door. We've talked about y'all's own wealth survey. We have our own survey. Optimism is the key. I mean, it is it's not even close. I mean, it is 87 to 90% of successful people share that same optimistic mentality. And we talk about, the law of accelerating returns and the fact that when I was a kid of the 70s, I was the remote control, meaning that the reason beanbags were so popular in the 70s is because you put your rug rat on the beanbag. The big toe was doing UHF and VHF. And now think about where we are, where we have a problem where young people don't even watch TV programming because they have so much power with mobile technology. I think what happens in the next 10 years will eclipse even what happened over the last 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it should be so exciting to think about investing. And I think this is a big thing because it goes back to mindset. Y'all started this, and I love bringing everything Seinfeld-esque full circle in the fact that everybody thinks, I think there's a whole group of people, I shouldn't say everybody, there's a small group of people that are not successful that think that somebody has to lose for somebody else to gain. Oh, yeah. And I say that the pizza pie is ever expanding. That's the part of law of accelerating returns. It's really an exciting time to be alive.
Yeah. And what our friend Rabbi Lappin says, it's not even a pie.
Yeah.
That it's candles. Yeah. When you light your candle with somebody else's candle, like the Christmas Eve service, and when it goes all the way around there, I've still got mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And money really does work that way. That's why they call it currency. It flows. It's not a fixed thing. And so this idea that the little man can't get ahead, that is less true today than it's ever been in the history of man.
Yeah.
I mean, the little man has a better shot at this moment than any time, literally in the history of the human freaking race. At this moment, you've got a better shot. And, a couple of numbers you threw out there that, the 79% of our people that we surveyed inherited zero. Mm-hmm. But the other two numbers we found was that 5% inherited a super small amount, like $5,000.
Not life-changing.
That did not mathematically cause them to be a millionaire. You can't say that guy inherited his became a millionaire because of $5,000. That would be mathematically inaccurate to say that. Another 5% inherited money, substantial money, like $250,000 from their grandmother, after they were already millionaires.
It's just gravy at that
Yeah,
point.
and so really we put the 5, and the 79 together, and we get 89%
Wow.
of millionaires are not millionaires because of inherited money. That's the way you'd have to phrase it accurately, because they did get inherited money. One case after, and in one case it's a small amount. But so that tells me 9 out of 10. And so, man, I mean, but we all know we all know compound interest. We all know when you do this stuff, it works. And people that want to shoot back and try to create a fight or something between us about 15% versus 25% or 20% savings, we say save a lot more than 15% once you get your house paid off. And the average person's paying off their house in 7 years doing our stuff, 7 to 8 years. And so, we're at 15% only for that period of time. And then after that, we're at more than that.
Right.
And so that's the only nuanced little difference. So whoopee, who gives a crap? Yeah. If you get people to go do this stuff, they win. I mean, John Wesley, the great pastor of the Great Awakening that caused one of the greatest outbreaks of the move of God in the early history, Methodism, right? He said, give 10, save 10, you'll always have money.
Yeah.
And you know what? You do that one, you'll be all right. But he argued with Dave. He doesn't agree with 15%. Oh, shut up. I mean, by God, if we get you to save money, we win. Everybody else is out there got some freaking theory, and they're not doing anything. So you're causing people to win. We're causing people to win. Shut up. We're on the same team.